Hi, this is Yvette with VanDerBrink Auctions, and we are in Titusville, Florida, looking at a preview of the Bob Koepke collection auction. This auction is going to be April 11th at 9 a.m. Bob was born in Gary, Indiana, and he was born to a farmer. His grandfather said, "You're not going to farm, you're going to college." So he graduated from Indiana University with a degree in accounting. When he was in high school, he bought his first hot rod, a Model A, from his brother for 25 bucks, and he built that car up and drove it all the way through college. After college, he moved to Florida, got married, and worked at NASA and Boeing as an accountant, retired early, and all through that whole time when down here in Florida, NASCAR was building, the hot rod scene was big with Daytona Beach, and he was all in, and had a extreme desire for high-performance Chevrolet parts and building hot rods. He was friends with Smokey Yunick and some of the other big guys down in this area. When Dave's dad passed away last November of 14, he hadn't been down here for 10 years. He'd come down, meet his dad. His dad was just a wonderful man. Everybody loved him, but he wouldn't let anybody in on the place. And after the funeral, and Dave and the guys came out here, they realized why. This has been cleared. When Dave got here, you could not even enter the property. It was completely overgrown. There were cars everywhere under tarps, and they've taken chainsaws and literally pushed their way in to this hot rod horde. Everywhere in the house was just a path that was totally in the bathroom, in the bedroom, everywhere, just covered with parts, and they were cars hung from the ceilings in the basement. It was everywhere. But we're going to give you a walkthrough. Dave's an only child, and he said that the best times growing up was with his dad, and they did hot rods together and traveled all over. They did a lot of camping trips in a 57 Chevy up in the Smoky Mountains. They always had a tow bar with them, and usually were bringing back a treasure. Inside this collection, there's about 7 55, 6, and 7 Nomad wagons. He loved the Tri-5s. Bought a lot of stuff with Eckler's and Classic Chevy International. These are all projects and parts cars. There are 4 57 Chevy convertibles in here, along with a 55 convertible that is cut. There is a huge amount of 57 and Tri-5 parts in this auction, along with early Ford V8 parts. As you can see, we're going to be cleaning these cars up and taking better pictures, but this is just how they've gotten them out. They were everywhere on the property. There's parts laying everywhere. You can see where the guys have chainsawed and made paths. But you're going to want to be on time. We're going to start at 9 a.m. The vehicles are going to be first, and we'll take you over to the early Ford stuff where the auction's going to be, and show you that. But like, for example, here's a tarped box. I looked inside, and it's got 57 Chevy interior and other 57 Chevy parts. A lot of these cars some of them are pretty solid. It'd be great to build. Actually, all of them will be buildable, but some of them are for parts. And like this 57 wagon, I mean, those are deck leads for 57 Chevys, and we'll sort those out and sell them separately. We're making our way down to the garage here, and you could not even get into this building. It was packed to the door, and the guys have moved everything out of the way and got in. Let's see what's inside there. But I mean, everywhere you look, there's parts. This is a 35 Chevy Coupe that had a tree fall on it during a hurricane. Rims. But inside this, buried underneath all of the boxes and everything, Here is a 1973 Ford Pantera. It has 3,800 original miles, has the original Arriva Goodyear tires. It is loose. All the parts are there to complete it. Bob did a little touch up on some of the paint on the front. It is British Racing Green and never got the project finished. You know, during the day he was an accountant and had his suit on, but at night he'd come home, put the jeans, the shades, flip back the hair, and was a hot rodder. But for those days when he wanted to wear his suits and work, he'd drive a 78 Ferrari. And this car runs and drives and is all original. That's original paint. He had quite a different variety of tastes. This is a 1958 Porsche Coupe, very rare car, and started at a restoration, and the body is solid, the motor is loose, and we have the parts to put it back together. The interior was done, but has mildew. Like I said, you couldn't even get in here. It was stacked to the brim, but everywhere you look, and the attic is full of 57 Chevy parts. In this corner is big block Chevrolet parts, 396, 427s, 302s. There's also a lot of early V8 motors and parts. All the stuff you need to build hot rods, that's what he was doing. There's also a large amount of fuel-injected Corvette parts. In the corner, you know, that Model A that his dad had bought in high school, when Dave got in here, he found it. And it was disassembled, but it's in the corner. And that'll be going back to Indiana, and he's going to build that car for his collection. Dave's a hot rodder and a machinist, and it was pretty cool for him to find that in the corner. He also there were 35 Ford Roadsters out here, and those were his dad's favorite. And one of his dad's cars is also going back to Indiana. We're going to sell the other one, and that'll be built. He's got 2 girls. He's going to tell them about their grandpa. But again, you could not even walk in here. Same with the house. I went in there, just paths. There's parts everywhere. But we're going to take you over to where the auction site is, and we'll show you those coupes, 3-window coupes, roadsters, and early Ford stuff, along with a whole room of aluminum high performance. If you can't come to the auction, you can bid on the cars and selected lot numbers of parts online at proxybid.com, but you are going to want to be at the auction. If you're looking for parts, you will need to be in person and bid on those parts. Again, this is in Titusville, Florida, April 11th at 9 a.m. And for more information, check the website at VanDerBrink Auctions with an S.com. You can follow Dave on his journey of going through his dad's stuff by following him on Facebook and Instagram. And his name is Mad Torker on Instagram. There's a lot of really, really good pictures. Also like us on Facebook at VanDerBrink Auctions LLC, and we'll also be posting lots of videos and pictures. And Dave Koepke is also on Facebook, and you can follow both of us for progress and updates on this auction. So we'll head over to the warehouse and show you the early Ford parts. Hi, this is Yvette VanDerBrink Auctions, and we are again looking at the Bob Koepke collection. And the guys have been really busy and put together some of these hot rods for you. It's an amazing collection, and he went all over with his son Dave and bought hot rod parts, cars, and just stuffed them away. Nobody had really been in there for the last 10 years, and we're going to just give you a quick walkthrough, and then we'll talk to Dave. And he'll go through the cars with you. One of the things that I've been busy with, and it's actually really amazing, is intakes. There must be over 125 of these intakes, and most all of them are big block Chevy, some small block Chevy, Corvette, flathead Ford stuff, tri-power 2.4s, blower intakes. It's just really, really amazing. There's also a lot of later model Corvette stuff that you use to build hot rods, quick change rear ends. There's blowers. Here's some NASCAR trivia stuff. We also have some intakes that were from the Smokey Unique auction, and he signed one of the pieces there. And we have a couple of them that are mystery ones, but again, really rare stuff. These are all Corvette carburetors. There is a fuel injection unit for a 57 Vet, your Black Widow Corvette distributor. We found a 6-pack for a Mopar. Steering wheels. We have a lot of Tri-5, 55, 56, and 57 trim and parts, but this is just some of the stuff. A lot of fancy Edelbrock, Offenhauser, Edmunds, parts for flatheads. Those are original 32 grills. These are all high-end distributors for Corvettes and 57. Mags. Just a lot of cool stuff. Even a racing suit. 32 California plates. But we're gonna have a little chit chat with Dave, and he's gonna tell you a little bit about how this collection came to be, and kind of give you a little walk through the cars quick. What are you doing, Dave?
Just putting cars together, looking for stuff.
So you and your dad just kind of traipsed all over and bought hot rod stuff.
Oh yeah, back in the late 60s, early 70s, early 80s, most of the stuff came into the property, and he put a couple cars together during that time. He loved 57 Chevys and obviously 34 Fords. And when he found that gold project, he was mainly into coupes and roadsters and convertibles. He picked up on it. Not too much sedans.
A lot of Tri-5 stuff.
A lot of Tri-5 stuff.
Nomads, what the heck? How many? There's like
Nomads.
7 of them out there.
Yeah. His first 57 was a 57 Nomad. It's out there.
Wow, is that the one in the trees, the gold one?
No, it's the black one.
Oh,
yeah.
Why don't you give us a walkthrough of some of what we got here?
Just a fine window. He drove from down south here. This one's a little bit rough. This one here is pretty doggone solid. It's a whole hot rod. It's got a new set of 3/4 rails with boxing plates. This is such a good car. This one here we went to South Carolina and bought. Heck, I had it been 1979, 1980. The doors are missing. There's doors that can go with it. The cowl, the rear section are real solid. We've got a 3 34 sedan deliveries, which is unbelievable. They're old Kansas, South Dakota cars that got pulled out of that area probably back in the late 60s, early 70s. They're good, solid cars. 95% of the pieces are there for them. The tail panels, all the rear doors, they're just really neat.
Wow.
You just don't see them.
No, and those are the passenger deliveries.
Yes, not the truck commercial deliveries. These are all passenger car deliveries. Then we have a good old four-door sedan. This was going to be a donor car for a delivery, but it was so good that there it is. Ended up not being a donor car because it's a good four-door sedan. Well, there's an extra set of delivery panels over here. Then we got a 3-window coupe. It's soft on the A-pillars and upper cowl. There's a whole other cowl that's real solid for it. Really good doors. Super buildable car, really original car. Perfect for chopping, making that really neat 3-window.
And then,
it comes with a good frame too.
Then we got this row here that just amazing.
Then we got another really good gray 3-window. 34 steel fenders. Original steel running boards. Frame's been boxed. It's got a labor model suspension in the front, but it's just perfect working material. Never been chopped. Real solid doors. And this is the first 34 he bought. He bought it in the early 70s. And it's, as he bought it, it was bare metal. The hood was never stripped, but the body was. His barn was pretty dry, so it didn't hurt it.
Wow.
Then a 32 three-wheel. I'm not sure where this car came from. He bought it down here in Florida, but it was always stored inside. It's a good solid car. It's got a old chop on it. It's an old hot rod. I love the chop on it. I love that car. But can't keep them all.
Yeah.
And then a 32 Roadster. All this stuff is steel.
And there's 2 more of these, right?
There's another steel one, and I believe we have a glass
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
But yeah, there's 2 32 Roadsters here.
Wow.
And the doors. There's an extra pair of 32 Roadster doors.
Wow.
38 Deluxe convertible. A little bit soft on the floors, but really good car. Old hot rod, juice brakes. Neat car. 35 Ford Cabriolet. It's real solid. He picked this up in the past 10 or 15 years. It's just a really good car. Cool patina. This car needs to roll out like it is, in my own opinion.
Yeah.
But, really neat car. All original and incredibly solid.
Now you did find your dad's Model A
Yeah.
from back from high school, and that's going back to Indiana.
Back in Indiana.
And to keep the memories, tell your daughter, build that.
Oh yeah.
But, and you're a hot rodder, you're a collector yourself.
Yeah, I have a 57 Chevy. I have a 34 Ford. Yeah. I have a 54 convertible, so I'm into it too.
Yeah. But you know, this is your dad's stuff, and now we're going to sell it on April 11th, and just kind of want it to go to a good home, and it's kind of been a labor of love.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You've had some really good guys from Indiana coming down and help.
Best friends ever. Awesome help.
Yeah. And they can preview on Friday before on the 10th. And if they can't come, they can bid on the cars and other parts. We've been picking parts out, and they'll be online. But it will be online and live. And they can follow you on Instagram, you're Mad Torker,
Yep.
and Facebook, and get all kinds of updates. You'll be posting lots of pictures. And for more information, you can check that out at VanDerBrink Auctions with an S.com, or give us a call at 605-201-7005. And we'll see you April 11th in Titusville, Florida. And watch the website for the location.
Thanks.
Yep. See you, Dave.